and good morning everyone. Welcome to a week of my life vlog. Today is Monday. I got home from a little weekend trip this morning technically. My flight was supposed to land at like 10 and I think we got home around like 1 a.m. ish. So I am exhausted. This is actually my second Alani of the day. Should I be having 200 milligrams of caffeine before noon? No. Am I? Yes. And cheers to that. My brain is barely working because I am on such little sleep. I barely slept at all over the weekend and barely slept last night. So we are going to try to get back on track this week because next week we're going to town again. This past week I was in San Clemente, which apparently is how you pronounce it. I thought it was San Clemente. Clementi. That's apparently what the locals call it, Clementi. One of my friends from college moved out there last year and me and another one of my friends from college went out to go visit her. We had the best time. We were there Friday night through Sunday night. Really quick weekend trip. We didn't even need to take PTO. Part of me is like, God, I should have taken PTO today to be able to like mentally recover, but it was such an amazing time. I will say that trip gave me so many life revelations. Like I'm rethinking my entire life and I will have to go into detail about every single thing in my life that I'm rethinking because it is genuinely making me be like, why do I live my life the way I live my life? Because I feel like I was just like, whoa, it was a life-changing experience. I also almost died. I did almost die. And I don't mean that in like a hee hee ha ha way. Like I almost drowned in the ocean. Like very serious, like there's still sand in my ears. Like my ears keep like crackling and popping because there's like still water and sand in my ears. But yeah, I almost drowned in the ocean. That's a story for another day. Well, maybe it could be a story for right now. I was standing in the ocean, just, you know, whatever. I was wearing sweatpants. The ocean like kind of got my sweatpants wet, so they were kind of getting heavy. And then I tripped. I don't even know really what happened. Basically, the ocean sucked me up and then ripped my pants off. So I was scared to stand up because I had no pants on. They were like around my ankle and I kept trying to pull them up. And as I was pulling them up, I kept ripping them. So I was trying to stay low so people wouldn't see me. And the ocean kept ripping me in, pulling me back out, ripping me in, pulling me back out. I was screaming for help. Like we actually recorded it by accident. One of my friends was like, set up her phone to record like a yay, like cutesy video. And in the background, I'm drowning. And then you just see me drowning for like 10 minutes. And like people trying to save me, and every time people would try to save me, it wouldn't work because the ocean just kept sucking me back in. How many people die from the ocean in a year? Probably a lot. It was actually so scary. I hated it. I did not like it. But I am alive. Barely. I have so many bruises, so many cuts. I almost died. But I'm alive. I'm alive, but I'm dead, but I'm alive. But I actually am alive and I didn't die. But it was really scary. I'll be honest, it was really scary. But also hilarious because every single time we watch back the video of me drowning, it is so funny. I'm so like me almost dying, hysterical. I probably gained a 6-pack from this weekend because I was laughing so hard. It was so amazing. I had such a great time. I'll be so honest with you, I was actually like nervous to go into this weekend. I was so excited to see my friends, but me and my friends are all at very different stages of our lives. And when we became friends, we were all in college, in long-term relationships, had so much of the same things going on. And now we are all at completely different phases. Like I have a friend who's engaged and lives in a different state with her now fiance. I have a friend who got out of a long-term relationship kind of in her party girl era. I feel like I'm kind of more like career focused right now. Like we're all just kind of in different phases and wanting different things out of life. And I was a little like, I don't want to say worried. I wasn't like worried the friendship wasn't going to last, but I was just like, I wonder how this is going to go because when we were all like in-person close friends, now we're all kind of like long distance friends. Like we all had so many of the similar things going on. And it was so refreshing to see that we could all just like pick up where we left off, have so many different things going for us, but still be the same group of friends that we were and like giggling and laughing and having the best time. And it was just so refreshing to me. And I feel like it really alleviated a lot of that fear because I feel like that's something, not even just in this friend group in general, but like all of my friends, like everyone's kind of getting at a different phase in life. And I feel like I've been really struggling with that. And I know like the good friend, the people who are like your ride or dies, the people who are like meant to be in your life, like they will outstand whatever test of time, whatever phase of life you're going and whatever differences you have going on. But at the same time, it made me kind of worried. I was like, is it going to feel different? Is it going to be the same? I've been worried because I feel like a lot of people are now kind of getting to different phases of their life. A lot of my friends are getting engaged. I'm chronically single. I'm not even texting a man. I don't even have like an idea of a boy in mind. Roster's empty. The roster's dry. And some of my friends are like dating a million people. Some of my friends are dating no one. Some of my friends are engaged. Some of my friends are married. Some of my friends are pregnant. I think I'm 25 right now. It's definitely a stage of life where people are kind of all over the place. I think that has kind of made me like question where I'm at with a lot of people. Like, do we still have things in common? Are we still going to vibe the same way that we used to now that our lives are so different? And it was just such an amazing experience to have such a great weekend and know that, like, yes, we still are these same people. We're still the same friendship. Even though things are different, external factors are different. You're engaged, you're single, you're this, you're that. We are still good. And I was so relieved and happy about it. And I feel like it released and reduced a lot of my anxiety for like all my friendships, to know that like if the friendships are good, they will last and survive no matter what. And so I feel like a weight has been like lifted off my chest, honestly. I just had the best time. I had so much fun. I'm exhausted, but I had such a fun time. I love these people to the day I die. I'm afraid I killed my sourdough starter. It's not rising. There are some bubbles in it now, but I'm afraid I killed it. I did a little of shopping. They have the cutest little stores in San Clemente. One of the things that I am like crashing out about is like, why do I live here when I could live somewhere like that? Because I can't afford it. But they have the cutest little stores. So next weekend, I'm going to New York with my friends for a little weekend trip as well. Like I said, booked and busy. We're traveling a ton. But I saw this dress and I thought it was so cute. And I thought I could wear it for many different things. But I felt like it was just very New York in the summer vibes. Like, how adorable is this? My friends definitely convinced me to get it. And I was like, twist my arm. Twist my arm. So cute, right? Did I rip it? Oh, I might have. Oh well. So I will be wearing that to New York. I'm so excited to go to New York. I haven't really been since I was a kid. I went there one night on a work trip, but literally I went there for dinner and then left. That was it. So I'm so excited. We have like a booked and busy bus, club, another club type of itinerary, and we are going to sightsee and do so many touristy things, and I'm so pumped. I also got one other thing that I wanted to show you guys. I got this picture frame. This picture frame actually has the funniest story. So we, oh my gosh, I'm like, why am I out of breath? We were at this like really cute home decor shop and I saw this and I was like, this is so cute. But it was $50 and I was like, there's literally no way that I'm going to spend $50 on a picture frame. Like, no. And my friend was like, oh, Keegan, I think it might be like slightly broken because there's this little gold thing. And then you can kind of see, like, it looks like it's missing something right there. And I actually kind of liked it without the extra gold thing. Me being me with social anxiety, me afraid to speak up, my friend was like, you should go ask them if they'll give you a discount because it's broken. And I was like, okay, I got this. I can do this. Like, I was like pumping myself up, like, yes, practicing in my head what I'm gonna say. My friend was like, do you want me to do it for you? And I was like, no. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I've been really trying to be better at like standing up for myself or asking for things or being afraid of rejection. So I went up and I was like, hey, like I saw this is broken, like I still am like interested in it, would you be able to give me a discount? And she was like, oh yeah, I can give you 50% off. And I was like, yeah, perfect. Put my card in the little slot thing. She gave me 15% off, not 50, 15. Yep, I thought she said 50, so I thought it was gonna be like 20, because it's what, 48, you know, like $24. I was like, okay, I can do $20 for this. Like, that's 15% off. And then with tax, I think it was $43. Then I went up to her again and I was like, oh, I found one that's not broken. Like, am I able to switch them out? She was like, yeah, let me just charge you for the extra amount. And I was like, I think I'm just gonna stick with this one actually. I was embarrassed because I think the issue was I thought it was 50 and I had put my card in the thingy and before it popped up the price, which I will never do again. And I should have said no, but we're halfway there, right? We asked if we can get a discount, but we did in fact take the discount even though we should not have. But I got that and I was like, okay, I need to make that like the star of my house. $43 for a picture frame is insane. So I need to figure out what I want to put in it. Today is also Cinco de Mayo, so my friend and I are going to get like guac and margs and stuff like that for dinner tonight. I am going to be tired, no doubt in my mind, but I haven't seen her in so long, so I was like, okay, we'll make this work. I was like, I'll be tired, whatever. I actually ordered mouth tape. My friend's fiance mouth tapes, and he just uses like a regular like adhesive tape, but like for your skin, and not like the expensive mouth tape brand. So it's gonna come today, so I'm gonna try it out tonight. Hopefully I don't like rip it off in my sleep, but I've been wanting to mouth tape for so long because you guys know I've been just struggling for the longest time with my sleep. So anything I can do to help me sleep better and to try it, I'm willing to do it. I've been wanting to mouth tape for, oh my gosh, over a year now. But since he said that he was like, I don't buy the expensive mouth tape, I just buy this, I was like, okay, he's been using it for years. I feel like I have like a good recommendation of what to get. Anyways, I'm still in my pajama pants. See? I'm like in a yapping mood right now. Anyways, I'm gonna go to work. Hello, happy Tuesday everybody. I'm currently cleaning up my kitchen just a little bit. I just kind of added to my sourdough. I think that I saved my sourdough. I thought I killed it. I thought it was dead. I revived it from the dead, just like I was from the ocean. No, I'm just kidding. I thought while I'm cleaning my kitchen, we could chat a little bit, possibly trauma dump a little bit, because what's life without a trauma dump, you know? Like I said, I went on this trip this past weekend, and I had a lot of like life realizations. It like honestly was a life-changing experience going on this trip, which is so silly to say because it was just like a 2-day trip to see my friends, and I feel like it truly like changed my brain chemistry. I literally think that last week I was talking about this, that my biggest fear in life is meeting my soulmate. And I know that that sounds so stupid, but I think like taking a step back, my biggest fear more so is meeting my soulmate at what feels like the wrong time. And I do understand the idea of like what's meant to be will be, and if it's the right person it will be the right time, and blah 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 blah. Right now I'm really enjoying my single era. I have been single, okay, well I did have like a subtle secret boyfriend in there, but aside from that I've been single for quite a while, and in all honesty I really enjoy being single. I feel like I am someone who naturally thrives as a single person. Like I am more so independent, I am more so, I don't want to say like strong-willed, but I just feel like I maybe I'm just like a more naturally independent type of person, and I'm not somebody who, I say like I'm not somebody like a relationship type of person as if I wasn't in like long-term relationships before. Literally a 4-year long-term relationship. Okay, I feel like I'm like backtracking on every single thing that I'm saying right now. Let's reel it back in. I just feel like I've been so scared to not be single anymore because I feel like there is so much freedom and joy and happiness and independence that comes with being single, and to me being in a relationship is like the complete opposite of that. It's like being tied down, it's being trapped, it's being with somebody and having to consider somebody in every single decision that I make and do all these things. And I've viewed being in a relationship in such a negative way recently in the past couple of years, and visiting my friend who's engaged and seeing just like her dynamic with her fiance, I'm like, wait a minute, every single thing that I've been viewing a relationship as, that's not what they are. They are like a happy couple together who enjoy each other's company, and they bring each other up, and they like enhance each other's positivity, and like the good things about each other, they enhance them. And so I feel like it gave me this very different view of a relationship that I haven't had in so long. I've always viewed being in a relationship as a bad thing since being single because I've enjoyed being single so much. One thing too that I've always been trying to convince myself to, or like talk myself into this way of thinking, is the opposite of good isn't always bad, and the opposite of bad isn't always good. It's just like a different flavor of bad or a different flavor of good. It's different, it may not be the same, but the opposite of good isn't always bad. Does that make sense? Like if I'm single and I think that's good, the opposite of being good and single is not being bad in a relationship. It could be being good in a relationship. Does that make sense? Probably not. But all of this to say, I feel like it has changed my brain chemistry, that I no longer am terrified to be in a relationship, and I'm almost now like looking forward to it. I don't know if I still want that in this stage of my life right now. Like I feel like I'm still very comfortable being single, and I love this independence, and I know that I won't have it forever once I get into a relationship. You know, if I meet my soulmate, we start dating, we get married, we're married forever unless we get a divorce, knock on wood, right? Like that will be the rest of my life. It's not a negative thing. And I know everybody's like, duh Keegan, when you meet the love of your life, that's a positive thing, but I just haven't viewed it as a positive thing in so long. I've always kind of like like dreaded that lifestyle, if I'm being honest, like being in a relationship and like sharing your life with somebody. I don't know why, that was just never something that I felt like was really appealing to me. Even when I was in like long-term relationships, I remember being like, damn, I wish I was single. I still love this person, but I miss the independence of being single. But seeing my friend and her fiance like live their life together and explore new things and do things and the way they complement each other, it really made me rethink this negativity that I had. And again, you know, I am single. Clearly every relationship I've had did not work out. So maybe I was just in the wrong relationships with the wrong people, and it kind of showed me like what the right relationship for a person will look like. And I'm really thankful for that change in my thought process. I feel like I'm not as scared to accidentally fall in love. I feel like this is like unveiling bigger issues in my life that I need to bring up more so in therapy. But I'm like, maybe I'm healed now because of my trip. I hope I'm not the only one who has these kind of like fears and apprehensions about when you fall in love, it completely changes every single aspect of your life, and maybe I'm just scared of the change. I don't know. Also, I don't know if you guys have kind of heard more of those, like people being in their masculine and being in their feminine. I think me being very single, independent is very much so me being in my masculine, and being able to see my friend be in her feminine and just like be with her fiance and just like, I don't know, to be able to do life with someone, it just feels more like you're in your feminine, and I feel like I'm excited for that one day. So I'm no longer afraid of being in love. Haha. I don't know why I'm pointing my knife at you guys. I've just been thinking about it nonstop, but I will say, now that this all happened, I'm like, where the fuck is my soulmate? Because 5 seconds ago, literally 3 days ago, I was like, I never want to meet him. I'm terrified of whoever that is, who I fall in love with. Please don't find me right now. And now I'm like, I'm right here. I'm like, why haven't you found me? Why haven't I found you? I don't know if you guys believe in psychics. I don't know if I like 100% believe in them, but I do feel like there are some people that just have something to them that just like, Every psychic I've ever been to has told me that I will meet my soulmate at a family party. Can my family please host a party? But I say that as if like I still don't want to be in a relationship right now, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how my life will turn out, and I think that's something too that's really scary about being single, is like you have no idea. I remember when I was in my long-term relationship, like I had a really good understanding of what my life would be like, and in all honesty, that life is still appealing to me. But I remember being really scared when I got out of that relationship. I was in a relationship for 4 years. I had a good understanding of like, okay, this will be my job, this will be his job. We both want to live here. We both kind of want like children at this age. We want this, we want that. Like, you know, you kind of come up with like a life plan together when you're with someone for a long time. And so you have a really good understanding of what your life is going to look like. And I remember getting out of that relationship, I was like, oh my gosh, now I have no idea what my life is going to look like. I feel like my life is like a black hole, like my future. Like I have no idea even where it's going to go. I can meet my soulmate tomorrow. I can meet my soulmate in 10 years. I could do this, I could do that. Like, you're not really tied to someone anymore, and you don't have this vision of what your life is going to look like. And of course, in my mind, I'm like really ranting right now. I'm like really going on a tangent. But of course, in my mind, I do have an idea of what I want my life to look like. But when you're with a person and you're with a partner, like you kind of compromise and you find somewhere in the middle that fits you guys of what you want your life to look like, and you kind of find that compromise. So I feel like my future could be so different than what I think it's going to be. I will say, I have mentioned my secret boyfriend that I had. Do you guys remember that? I talked about at the beginning of the year that I was in a relationship, but I didn't share it online, and then it ended before it had gotten to that point where I felt comfortable sharing it online. I usually like to wait time before I share my relationships online, just to like, you know, make sure that we're not going to break up. And obviously we broke up. But truth be told, one reason why that relationship ended was because we both had very different views of what we wanted our future to look like. And when we'd have these conversations, I did not expect that I was going to be trauma dumping about this today, but when we'd have these conversations about what we wanted our future to look like, I would say X, he would say Y, and they would be different. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, you compromise, you find a middle ground of something you both want. But he wasn't willing to compromise on it. And I think I had this realization of like, if I live with this person, if I marry this person, if I end up with this person, I'm not going to be living a life that I even slightly want, because he won't compromise on it, you know? And I think that that was so like future far out thinking too. Like, okay, yeah, like when you have children and you move and you want to live somewhere, like that's years and years away, but at the end of the day, that's going to catch up with you. And so I remember you know, really struggling about that, because even though you like a person in the moment, number one, if someone won't compromise on big things like that, that also brings up a much bigger issue as well, much bigger red flags. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be living the life that I want because I couldn't even have the opportunity to compromise to somewhere where I felt comfortable with. So that is something that I felt like really showed me a lot of what I'm looking for in a partner, and maybe like what my deal breakers are, you know? I think that every relationship that you have, you realize things that you want, things that you don't want, and it kind of helps you form a better understanding of who you are and who you want your partner to be and what kind of life you want to live, which I also really enjoy being single. I'm not in my dating era, in all honesty. It's probably been like a year and a half since I've been like in my dating era, but when I was, and eventually I'll go back into my dating era, I just am enjoying being single now. But I really appreciated those lessons that I was able to learn from the wrong people, because I felt like it helped me just figure out so much more who I am, who I want to be with, and it's not a waste of time to be with the wrong person. If you're learning something from it, go on dates and try things out and have a bunch of horrible first dates, and even a guy that you run away from on a first date because it was so bad. Do you remember that one? Because I certainly do. I've really ranted so much, but I'm just really appreciative of the phase that I'm in life right now, but also the things that I'm learning as I go. And I'm grateful that I have kind of grown and learned that it's okay to change my mind about things, like how I was not wanting to meet my soulmate, and I'm like, okay, if not, I mean, whatever. But there are so many things too that when I was younger, I was like, I'm certain about this. I want X, Y, Z. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't want any of those things. What the heck? Like, I've completely changed my mind about so many different things, and I'm grateful that I didn't like lock myself into anything when I was too young, that I didn't have the opportunity to change my mind, you know? That I didn't have the opportunity that forcing myself to live a life that I thought I wanted when I was 18, and now I'm 25 and I want something completely different. I'm grateful that I still have the opportunity to change my mind. This was just like a full-on rant, my goodness. I hope that didn't make me sound stupid. I'll be so real. I feel like there's some people that are like, you have issues. I'm like, yes, I do. But I hope you guys don't think they're too serious of issues. I don't know, as people we evolve, we change, we grow, and that is constantly happening. And I feel like your 20s is a really big phase of your life to be able to do that, you know? I feel like that is such an important thing in your 20s, is to like try things out, see what you like, see what you don't like. And that's something that I've been really trying to be intentional about in this phase of my life right now. I am still a baby. I'm a baby. And I feel like having that thought process and that view on my life has given me so much freedom to think that like I can change my mind, like I was saying, or that I can mess up, or that if I decide to do one thing, it's not too late, that I have to trap myself into it for the rest of my life. And that right now it's supposed to be this like trial and error stage of my life. I really do feel like that has been like the biggest thought process shift that has truly changed my life in so many different ways, and I'm really grateful for it. And that's that. I'm gonna change topics now because I've been like ranting, and I feel like I almost sound like self-righteous with all the things that I've been saying, because to me I'm like, these are so insightful, but like everybody else is probably like, no, they're not. No, they're not. I feel like it makes me like sound like I'm full of myself when I say these things. I don't mean it in that way, but I'm gonna change the topic, right? Okay, I moved this around actually. So I had a couple of like books and stuff here, but somebody was saying that you should not put your candle warmer on top of your oven. So I moved it over here, and then I've been putting my sourdough discard next to it because this is warm, and so like it kind of warms it up a little bit, but I still have like the lid on it, so it's not getting like the scents inside of the jar. But I do have my sourdough right here. She's a shaggy dough, and then we're gonna stretch and fold soon. And then this right here is where I ended up putting that frame, and I think it looks so pretty there. This is from Goodwill. It's literally still has the sticker on it, and I need to change this. Slowly but surely, we're gonna make this house a home, but we're not fully there yet. Also, I painted my nails last night. This is, I think, like a pink flamingo color. Let me find it. Let's walk over, let me find her. This is a nail polish. I really like it. It's by London Town. It is in the shade, oh wow, that is a really small font, Electric Flamingo. So pretty, and I feel like it's like fun for summer. If you guys remember, I've been on this journey of like trying to grow out my nails, but my issue is every single time I'll have a nail that's like long, I break it somehow, like doing my laundry or going on a walk or like opening a cabinet. I end up breaking my nails, even though, what is that? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought I saw a bird, but I think I might be going crazy. I end up breaking my nails. Oh, a bird's back. Maybe it was a bird. Maybe it just flew away and came back. This bird and I are like actually making really long eye contact right now. Hey, what is going on? It's kind of cute. Anyways, the way that I get so sidetracked. Yeah, I'm considering getting like hard gel, or what's it called? Like buffer, I don't know. People like will use like the hard stuff on their nails, and I think that I want to start doing that. I don't know how to do it, so it will be like a learning curve for sure. But I think that that will be helpful possibly, because my nails are short now because they keep breaking off, or I'll bite them off, which I'm working on. If any of you guys do your own nails, I know that I constantly ask for suggestions. I don't know if I want to do gel, because I feel like gel is not hard enough. To me, gel is just like a longer lasting nail polish. I want something that's like won't make my nails break. But if you guys have any suggestions for like beginners, again, I know I always ask for your suggestions. I'm gonna ask again. I'm gonna ask until I get it right. Let me know if you have any brands, things that you recommend. I'm trying, but I'm failing. But at least I'm trying. Okay, while we're here, because I'm in a yapping mood, I think I'm going to meal prep some Ninja Creamies. Whoa. I really want to go to Costco. I need to go to Costco. And oh wait, where's my phone? I'm gonna add another thing to my list for Costco. I might go tonight after I go like on my walk and everything. I texted one of my friends and asked if she wanted to go with me, because I don't know why, to me Costco is so intimidating to go to alone. If she says yes, yay. If she says no, I think I'm still gonna go, but there is a possibility that I might procrastinate it. The reason I need to go is because I ran out of flour for my sourdough. I like just finished it, and I saw somebody say that Kirkland brand bread flour is like just as good and it's not as expensive. So I'm like, okay, well, like clearly I want to do that. Okay, so my Ninja Creamy recipes, I'm going to make, I have 6 of these. I'm going to make 3 chocolate and then 3 sorbets, which I really have been loving. One of my friends gave me this little sample because she doesn't like peanut butter, and like I love peanut butter. So this is the Plain Simple Eats chocolate peanut butter protein. I'm gonna try it in one of these. She got like a little sample pack of all these, and she was like, let me give you the ones that I don't like. And I was like, I would love that. I've showed this a million times, but I will show it again. Somebody commented recently that they got a Ninja Creamy and they wanted me to share my recipes. So this is me sharing my top 2. Also, if you don't know what a Ninja Creamy is, it's back there. It's that blue thing. It's an ice cream maker. Do I think that it is extremely expensive and overrated? Slightly. But am I obsessed with it and look forward to eating my Ninja Creamies every single night? Yes. You win some, you lose some. I am somebody who's really big on textures. I don't like a gritty texture. Like, it could look like ice cream, but if it doesn't taste like ice cream and it doesn't have the texture of ice cream, it's not an ice cream substitute. So I try to make more like high protein ice creams, but they have to have that same creamy consistency that ice cream has, or else I'm out. Or else I'm not about it. So this is my foolproof way. So my favorite milk for this is the Fairlife milk. I just get the fat-free one because it's honestly lower in calorie, just full transparency. This one has 13 grams of protein for 1 cup. I do 1 cup of this. Is this expired? No, it's not. I don't know how these last for so long. It kind of freaks me out. So I do a cup of this. Like I said, you could also do a cup and a half if you want more volume. And a cup in. This is really what I feel like gives it that creamy consistency. I've tried almond milk and other milk substitutes. They just didn't hit right for me. If you can't drink milk, obviously go for a non-milk substitute. But if you do drink milk, I highly recommend this one. So I'm making a chocolate one, and I honestly think the key to making it taste kind of creamy and not gritty is to make it in the blender, is to blend it first. I've even tried like frothers, and I still feel like I taste that like powdery grittiness from protein powder, and I hate that. I hate it so. Why are all these open? I don't like it. I'm not a fan. So I will go above and beyond and like clean one more dish to make sure it tastes right. The next thing I do is the Jello. This is the chocolate fudge. This is the 0 sugar one. It's like a pudding mixture. This kind of also gives it that texture. And I just do, I don't even know how much that is, that much. I just kind of put in some. And then this is my favorite protein powder for it. It's the Whey Dutch chocolate. I've also tried the Clean Simple Eats chocolate brownie batter one. I don't like that one at all. So that's why I'm like a little worried to try this one. This one is so good. I paid for this with my own money. I paid for all this with my own money. This was given to me by my friend, but aside from that, I don't even have like a promo code or anything for Legion. I know some people do. I kind of like one. If they want to give me one, I'm down. I do a scoop of protein powder, and then we're just gonna mix it up. This is just a magic bullet. The Jello mix helps it make it into kind of like a thicker, moussier consistency, which helps it taste more like ice cream. So we're gonna put it in the blender and let it blend until it's all blended, obviously. Okay, she's all done. So thick and creamy. Look, you can see how it's pouring, that it's not like a super thin consistency. And I honestly find the more that I blend it, the more like thicker in volume it creates. Scoop it on out. And then I just kind of repeat this pattern with all the other ones that I want to do. So I'm gonna do one more of these chocolates, one with the peanut butter, and then, oh look, this is perfect. It literally filled it right up to the max fill line. I think when you use the Jell-O, like I said, it makes it thicker and more volume. So if you don't want to use the Jell-O and you want it to get to the max fill line, then I would recommend doing 1.5 cups of the milk. Yeah, that's good. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, I'm going to repeat all of these and then you just like freeze these overnight. And then I will catch back up with you guys when I'm done with the chocolates and going to do my sorbets. Chocolate Ninja Creamies are all made, cleaned off the lid. There's some soap still on it. And I have a different one just because I am slightly lazy. So the one that I'm obsessed with recently is a blueberry lemon sorbet. I've made a couple of different ones. They're all really good. I've shown this one in the past as well. I just do, I think that's maybe too many. However many blueberries I want. The world is your oyster. We lost a blueberry. I guess that means I have to eat it. Since this is blueberry lemon, I'm gonna do 1/4 of a lemon in it. And what I recently have been liking to do, well, maybe I wanted to do just a wedge, not a 1/4. I think, no, let's try a 1/4 this time. I cut the rind off and just use the inside of the lemon. Is this thing called the rind? I fill it up with water and I just fill it up to cover the fruit. And then in my opinion, what is the most necessary part of this is to add sugar. You can use honey, you can use regular sugar, you can really use anything just to add some sweetness. I find though that it does need sweetness. I've tried this in the past where I just did fruit and water and I didn't feel like it was there. Like it had everything that it needed to. So whatever sugar you like, I have these Splenda packets, so I'm just gonna use them up. But I recently got monk fruit sweetener. I really like it, and I think that when I'm done with this thing, I want to get a full like thing of it. I don't know how expensive it is, so maybe I'll change my mind when I see the price, but I really do like monk fruit sweetener. It's like a healthier, lower calorie alternative to sugar. Baked like sugar, sweet like sugar. I've mentioned this in the past. I just have really been liking it. I feel like recently I've been trying to focus more so on my health. For example, today I scheduled a bunch of doctor's appointments, or actually yesterday I did. I'm somebody who's never, I mean, aside from when I was a kid and my mom made me, but as I've become an adult, I've never really done yearly doctor's appointments or just like annual checkups. I'm someone who only goes to the doctor when I'm sick or something is wrong. I don't really go just in case, preventative, proactive, and I want to change that about myself. I feel like your health is the #1 thing that you can invest in, so I am trying to make it more of a priority in a lot of different areas of my life. I don't know if this is just like me getting older or what, but I've been trying to really focus on my health. So I have an appointment for the dentist on Friday morning, and then I'm going to the gynecologist on Monday. I hate the dentist. I'm not scared of it, I just don't enjoy it. So I'm like, so I don't want to do it, but time to blend. Now that you guys know the drill, we pour it in, and I'm just gonna repeat it with the rest of these. But I will say one thing about the Ninja Creami is you wanna make sure your fruit especially is blended, because chunks of fruit can ruin the blades. That is why I always blend it beforehand. But like I said, rinse and repeat. So I'm just gonna make the same one 3 times. But I've also done mango, I've done strawberry, but this one right now is just my favorite. Up next, the project that I'm working on is my mom's Mother's Day present. So first of all, I asked my mom what she wanted for Mother's Day. She told me to go to the dentist. So I'm now going to the dentist. But also, naturally, I had to get her stuff. So what I'm planning on doing, if all goes according to plan, is to make 4 loaves of sourdough and give her them. So I'm gonna make a regular, I've never made an inclusion loaf, but I'm gonna try to make 3 inclusion loaves: a chocolate chip inclusion loaf, a cinnamon sugar, and then a jalapeno cheddar. Never done in my life. We will find out if this works out. Who knows if it will. What I'm planning on doing is giving her half of each, giving my sister a 1/4 of each to like make a full, you know, and then keeping a 1/4 of each for myself. I think I'm going to make her homemade cookies with homemade butter, and then lemon bars, because I've really been wanting to make lemon bars, and I think that'd be like a nice thing to add to it. And then I just ordered some frames. So I've told the story a few times, but when my grandpa passed away when I was younger, after he passed away, my grandma found this notebook, and inside of it he wrote over and over, I love Linda, I love Linda, I love Linda. My grandma's name is Linda, thank God. If her name was not Linda, that would get him in some trouble in the grave. Anyways, we found this notebook. This was like over 10 years ago that I heard this story. Recently, I have like decided that I'm obsessed with the story again, so I had asked somebody to send me a photo of it, so I photoshopped out the background and got like just the text of it. So what I'm going to do is print this out and frame it. I had to Photoshop it quite a bit to get it to be like darker and easier to read because it was like a blurry photo, so I had to do some like skills. And then I had this idea of getting another frame and having I love you mom, that is my sister and my handwriting. So I asked my sister to send me a photo of I love you mom written out. This is my sister's handwriting and this is my handwriting. My sister is a kindergarten teacher. Our handwriting is honestly pretty similar. I would say the only difference is the Y and the U, and I usually put my U's like, or my Y's like this. I don't know why I decided to write it like this. I would say half the time I do it like this, half the time I do it like that. But the fact that my handwriting is like kind of similar to a kindergarten teacher, slay. Her handwriting definitely is better, but I think my mom will really like this. So I ordered these like square frames because I thought these would match her house. It says frequently returns, I'm like, yikes. But I thought these would match her house pretty nice. So I'll do one of each. Oh yeah, this was me trying to Photoshop out. I think she'll like it. At least I hope she will. I wanted to get frames that weren't like too big, you know, so she could put it on her desk or somewhere and not feel like she needs to like hang them on the wall. And then I also added in like a background that looks like a piece of paper on both those, so they have the same background on them. That was a nice touch. I hope she likes it. I'm sure she will like it, but you never know. She will like it. There's no doubt in my mind. I know her. Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I have a lot of dry shampoo soaking up the oil in my hair. I started off the morning by making my sourdough loaf. It's beautiful. We have to wait an hour for it to cool down before we can cut into it, but that will be the first of 4 that I'm making my mom. On my mind that I want to make her. I don't know why. That is my love language, is to bake. I have my sourdough starter going for the next one, and then I also have chicken in the crock pot. I literally just did chicken breast, and then I put inside of it teriyaki from Trader Joe's, and that's what we have going on. Last time I wanted to go to Costco, but it was 8 p.m. and they close at 8:30, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make it in time. I talked on the phone to my best friend who moved away recently for like 2 hours, which was so nice. I love catching up with her. So sad that we don't live in the same place anymore. It's like devastating, but I'm visiting her next month. Like every day that goes by is a day closer to when I see her next, which makes me so unbelievably excited to see her again. I miss her so much. Talking to her like fills my cup in like ways I can't even explain. Today I'm actually going to a bar class. I was supposed to go last week, but my friend had to cancel, so we rescheduled to today. So I'm really excited to go. A little nervous because I know it's a hard workout. And then tomorrow I'm going on a walk with another one of my friends. So I have a lot of like social exercising things coming up, which is nice. I feel like I keep saying this, but like my travel schedule is a little crazy that I feel like I like want to get back into my routine, and then the second I'm back into my routine I go out of town again. So I'm going to try to focus on my schedule and like everything this week. Also, my pajamas are so freaking cute. I'm obsessed. Love, 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 love. If you guys remember, last week I interviewed for, oh, hello. If you guys remember, oh my god. Maybe this is just a sign that I shouldn't be talking about this on the internet. I applied for a job. I interviewed for a job last week. Basically, it's essentially just a promotion for my current role, and I had to interview for it just the way the company is set up and how long I've been at the company. I haven't heard anything about it. I'm trying not to crash out, but I am crashing out a little bit. I haven't been told anything about it. I know that they like are interviewing other people too, so I'm like, maybe that's why. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm crashing out. Oh my gosh. This is stunning. Happy Thursday. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. How am I supposed to wait to cut into? Ow, 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 that's hot. That's hot. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know how I'm supposed to wait to cut into this. Oh, this is beautiful. This is a work of art. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I made my very first inclusion loaf, a chocolate chip inclusion loaf. I'm so excited to cut into this and see the cross section of this. It's stunning. So I'm gonna give my mom half of this, my sister a fourth of this, and then I'm gonna keep a fourth. It's beautiful, you guys. Today I'm also going to make a jalapeno cheddar one. So we're letting my sourdough starter start. I am so excited to eat this. I've just been starting my work day, sitting at my dining room table on my laptop here, doing everything that I need to. I think this is the frames that I ordered my mom. I still need to order the pictures, but thankfully that would be pretty fast. Ordering pictures from like Walgreens or CVS is so quick. These are much tinier than I thought they would be. Oh, perfect. They come in a little box. I can wrap the little boxes too. Let's see what these look like. Oh, these are a lot smaller than I thought they would be. Ow, ow! What just stabbed me? Is this like too tiny? I fear it might be. Did I just go with it? I have no idea. Also, I don't know why it came with tape, but it did. Also came with these little torture devices. Stab you. My goodness. Just get, how do they fit these in here? That's always my question. I think I am still gonna go with it, but it is a lot smaller than I thought. I hope she'll like it. I'm like a little worried now that it's too small. And then my mouth tape just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but the first round of mouth tape that I bought, I accidentally sent it to my little's house by accident because I had her address in my Amazon because I was shipping something there. And so I texted her and I was like, tell your fiance. I said, enjoy. So this is the Next Care one. It's a stronghold pain removal tape for sensitive skin. We're gonna try it out tonight. I'm excited. I really hope that it goes well. Okay, it's been a couple hours. Well, it hasn't even been a couple hours, but it's been an hour. And it's time to cut into our bad boy. I was like, what's the word? Sourdough. First of all, absolutely stunning. Oh, all my big knives are dirty, so I guess we're gonna have to go with just like a steak knife. Not ideal. Okay, I'll show you guys first. This is my first inclusion loaf. Oh, that's not that good. That's not as good as I was hoping it to be, if I'm being honest. I was hoping there'd be a lot more. So noted, next time do a lot more chocolate chips. More than you think you need. I'm leaving like the pretty sides for my mom and my sister, and I'm taking the ugly ones my own. Okay, I mean, it's not my best. Okay, I have a nice little corner right here with some chocolate. It is delicious. However, I do feel like it could be better. It was our first inclusion loaf. We're still learning.